Hey guys, welcome back. Got the yard work done and it's playtime. Hit it. So I showered up, changed, look at that, and the old yard's looking pretty good. So let's talk about that weed eater I've been promising. Been a little busy. Stick tight. Welcome back. Can you hear the cicadas? They're here. Brood X, 17 years. It's amazing. Check this out. So creepy. 17 years. Look, shells. Ones that are just getting ready. Yuck. This guy, he looks like he's getting ready to do it. And mowing, that's a new adventure. I think I had one fly in my mouth. Yeah. Check this thing out. More shells. Oh, here we got one. Come on, dude. Yeah, you and your buggy eyes. The trees are covered with these. Ooh. That guy's interesting. Yee. Anyway, so I filmed some of the other stuff a little while back, the actual weed eater running, and due to normal work life stuff, just getting back to actually cleaning up the videos. So today, showered. It's a beautiful day. We finished up some yard work just a little bit ago, and we're gonna sit down and talk about this weed eater finally. I wanted to put some time on it and kind of give an honest impression. I know some of the stuff people are, you know, hey, I got gas, this and that, small engines are great, I can show you whatever, but you know what, I've had them, and honestly, I'm not looking back. So that's great. Professionals, keep going with your gas stuff. I wouldn't blame you a bit. And well, this kid over here, he knows how to live it up. You having fun?
Yeah.
Awesome. He ain't got no teeth, but he's having fun. Frosty beverage time. Not for my neighbor, if you can hear that. He's got a mow still, and looks like it might rain a little bit. So our yard work's done for the day, and I'm good with that. So about this Ego trimmer. So the cord I'm using, or the trimmer line, is this Performance Power Care. Yeah, Power Care. It's 095 trimmer line, and this is a braided line, and I don't know if it'll pick up real well on the camera, but I tend to find that the braided line is a little bit more forgiving around fences, and I do have a couple fences and things like that. And what I find I like about it is it seems to cut through things easier. What I do find about the actual Ego trimmer is it honestly, it has so much torque, it doesn't bog down. And I think that's what I really like about the electric stuff right now, is all the brushless motors and things, and the lithium ion batteries. They really absolutely do not need to spool up to get RPMs to cut through things. The power is instant. I will say that the trimmer I have, because of the aluminum shaft, it's got the combination system where you can change out the heads on it. It seems to be a little heavier. I did toy around with the carbon fiber shaft version of this. They have like a prosumer model, I think, and it's pretty awesome. It's light, but I am looking at buying a tiller head and an edger head and things like that. So I'm trying to save a little bit of time, money, space, and do the combi thing like the steel system I had. I really like that, and it works pretty well. I'm back. So here it is. Currently do not have a battery in it, and with that said, it's pretty light. This is the model, which is a Ego Power Plus model PH1400. So we've had this about a year, like I said. You can tell because I've been using it. I want to make sure that we're giving an honest impression, as my neighbor finishes his yard work, an honest impression of what we got. So, well used. You got your, sorry for that, but loosen your handle. Got a little button right here. Push that. There's your drive. Put that back in there. And that's what's nice about that. That actually locks in, and then you tighten your handle up. Other systems don't do that. You just shove that thing in there, and then you got to rely on the actual collar to tighten everything down. Padded handle, not too bad, maybe a little flimsy, and then a ring that you can put on there if you actually have the shoulder sling. And I'm going to get right into it. There's 2 speeds, so you got 1 and 2. The low speed on 1 and high speed on 2. If you put it on 2, you get everything that you get on 1. It's just a matter of how hard you pull the trigger. But I think that's probably the only weak spot in this whole thing, is this trigger unit. Bring you a little closer here. 1, I don't like the shape. It's square. Like the actual face of it's square. Normally wouldn't be a problem, but after running it for about an hour or so, I can tell you right now that that does kind of wear on you. If it was rounded just a little bit, I think it'd go a long way. And then it's like a safety thing, so you cannot push that down. It's like a safety thing. You cannot push that down without first depressing that little keeper, that safety. Then you can press all the way. Once it's in all the way, once you press that down, that stays in. So that isn't bad. I think once you get used to it, it's not terrible. But I'll take that over the this song and dance with the gas versions of these things, where it's on the ones I've had, it's set the I don't know, the throttle speed as far as the starting speed, so you got a little catch. You set that, hit your primer bulb like 3 or 4 times, put the choke on, and by then your fingers are covered in 2-stroke or sometimes even regular gas, depending on what model you got, of what company you bought from. And then you pull a few times, then they sputter. Then you kick it to half choke or kick the choke off. Then pull it another couple times, and then it might start, and then you find out, well, maybe the plug's a little old. Then you find out, well, maybe it's flooded, maybe it starts. Mine always seem to do pretty good. Again, you throw a battery in this thing, you pull that safety trigger, you depress the throttle, and you're off and running. And it's quiet. And we'll show you that like right now. All right. So, just like all the other Ego equipment, battery, power tool, so the speed difference between 1 and 2 seems to be about maybe 50% increase, but it absolutely has all the power you need to get the job done again as a homeowner. And what I find is it takes me about 30 minutes to 40 minutes to actually trim everything around my house, between the shed, playset, walkways, deck, patio. And I mean, I have no problem making a whole battery last. And then I take that battery, I slap it in that leaf blower that we have, and finish it off. And by then, there's really no loss of power, but I still don't have any trouble getting a 1 battery pack to do the whole thing. Like, I rarely kill a battery. So that said, the only downside I can see is the unit maybe weighs a little bit more than the standard gas trimmer of maybe the same horsepower. But what I will say is there are a couple advantages Ego really has, and that ends up being, when you're running the unit, the head of the unit, there's obviously very little to no noise. It's not hot. I know with some of the other brands that I've had, as the trimmer's kind of up behind my arm, that gets a little bit, I mean, it gets a lot hot. And I don't like putting that thing in my shed or whatever without letting it cool off. And then I would have to say that the Ego with the torque on demand is, the minute you hit that trigger, it's absolutely ready to roll. It goes through the heaviest stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, this line feed system, I've only had to string this up once. This unit, the line feed system absolutely works. You throw the line through there and you give the thing a twist. You have to put it in the load position, put the line through, snap it, and then you twist it. There's plenty of videos online about that. The little line cutter, everything on it works flawless. And I've got, if I had to guess, I probably have about 10 hours on that unit and no issues whatsoever. Like I said though, 10 hours, strung it up one time. And the line that I'm using looks comparable to the line that comes with it from Ego, and it runs great. So what I will end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and get the tiller head for it and the edger head, even though I tend to do a lot of the edging with the actual string trimmer. But I think we'll get those, and we'll see if we can't throw a couple extra videos out there. But for real, throw the batteries in the snow blower, throw the batteries in the leaf blower, and the chainsaw. And once you got that system going, again, like I tell people, the batteries are most of the cost of the tool. So there's no sense to me to buy the tool without the batteries. Every time you buy one, get one with the battery and the charging pack, and rock and roll. So thanks for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Hey, thanks for stopping by. What are we called?
Higher Wreck and Tech.
Thanks for stopping by Higher Wreck and Tech. Come back and see us later.